is up, you guys?
Hey guys.
Thank you for tuning back in with us with another video. Today we're headed back into food in America.
Oh,
We
love
love these. Somebody just sent this over in our email and was like, "You guys have done a few reactions. Try this one. This one breaks down more of detail in the food and why it's a ban in America or a ban in Europe. If you're new, hit that subscribe. We are trying to hit 100K, and we're itching closer and closer. But thank you guys for helping us try to reach that goal. Now let's dive in.
McDonald's operates in 118 countries. In the UK, their burger bun has about a dozen ingredients. But in the US, the same bun has over 25. And up until 2016, one of those ingredients was a dough conditioner that's also used to manufacture yoga mats and shoes. And the CEO of McDonald's just went viral recently, eating one of these burgers on camera, calling it the product the entire time.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh for a second because I've seen it. We laughed about it, but we caught that.
I thought it was we
so
caught that
fast.
so fast. Even before it went viral in a sense. Not even that, but I love that after that, it's like a whole chain of places just started doing it. And I'm just like, y'all are petty.
All I want to say is to the CEO, like him himself, you bit the burger and decided to upload that was okay. Whoever edited his video should have said, "Sir, you didn't take a good enough bite to put that out."
Should have made him do different takes or something.
He didn't even bite the patty.
That's the bread, because their burgers have more bread than anything.
Not the burger, not the food, the product. And honestly, that might be the most accurate description of American food right now, because there are over 3,000 additives approved in the US that are restricted or banned in other developed countries. And every single one of them got there through a regulatory loophole that was created in 1958 and hasn't been meaningfully updated since. So the question isn't whether these companies can make food without these chemicals. They make cleaner versions of the same products for every other country they sell in. The question is why they choose not to do it here. To understand how this works, let's forget about the history for a second and just follow a product. Let's say a food company develops a brand new chemical, never been tested, never been reviewed, and they want it in a box of cereal by next month. Let's call it Compound X. Here's what happens. The company would hire a panel of scientists to review the safety data on Compound X. Many of these scientists have financial ties to the company paying them. And every single time they reach the same conclusion. Compound X is generally recognized as safe, or GRAS. That GRAS label is so important because it's basically a golden ticket. Any ingredient that gets classified as GRAS is completely exempt from the FDA's normal approval process.
Who tries the stuff though to see if it's good or not? Like when they try the Compound X, whatever it's called, you put it in the cereal. Yes, you're doing all these studies and experiments and everything, but who's eating it to, in a sense, see if anything is gonna happen?
Basically, what I was gonna say is they're paying the company inside the company to test the product from the company to say it's okay. So you work for me. I'm paying you. You think you're going to go tell me that product is bad and I'm paying you? Cut your check. Sir, it's a great product.
No safety review, no testing requirements, no waiting period. It skips the entire line.
What we have seen over time is that companies are creating new ingredients, having their own scientists or hiring outside scientists to make their own determinations that an ingredient is safe. And then once they self-declare that their ingredient is safe, they don't have to go through that pre-market process.
The FDA created this designation in 1958. And it was originally meant to cover things like salt, vinegar, and baking soda, stuff nobody needed to test because humans had been eating it for centuries. But by the 1990s, the FDA had a problem. You see, as food became more and more industrialized, hundreds of companies were submitting applications to try to get that golden ticket for the new ingredients they were using. And the agency didn't have the budget or the staff to review them all. The backlog was so long that it would take years to clear. So in 1997, under pressure from the Clinton administration's push to cut costs and speed up federal agencies, the FDA made a decision that changed everything.
There was an announcement today by the Food and Drug Administration. Bettina Gregory has the story.
Instead of requiring companies to submit their safety data for review, they made the whole process voluntary. That means the company doesn't have to submit its determination to the FDA. It doesn't have to share the safety data. It doesn't even have to tell the FDA that compound X exists. It can just start putting it in food and shipping it to stores. Think about that for a second. That's like a student grading their own exam and the teacher saying, you don't even have to show me the test. I'll just take your word for it. And this isn't a hypothetical edge case.
You know what's bothering?
So my thing is, do they have to now put compound X in the ingredients label?
Probably now, but it's still they're gonna still throw it in there
Because call me stupid all you want, I don't know, but if they put compound X in the ingredients label, right?
Is it gonna stop people from buying it?
No, I'm saying, as a consumer, are you gonna know what that is, or did they just name it something they wanted to name it?
No, they put it in there, but how many Americans, like now you got a few Americans, scanning the label, looking at it. How many Americans are actually looking at the same product they've been buying for years to see what's on the back of that label to say it was dangerous? You're not. The McDonald's CEO, prime example, when he went viral for that video, barely biting that burger, how long is that McDonald's line still after that video? Very long. So Americans are gonna still do it. That's the problem. And that's why they're getting away with this. And my point, what I was gonna say is,
it's not enough for a fight.
These guys ain't no better than a drug dealer on the corner. They willing to kill people with a product that they know is not safe, but as long as the consumer is still buying it, they still willing to put it on the street. The drug dealer operates the same way. I know my product could take you out long term or short term.
If you buy it, that's on you.
That's on you.
You know, that's on you if you want to spend your money. No one's, forcing you to buy this, but that's on you. Know what's gonna come with it.
I'm dead serious. I laughed. I told her, I was like, after we saw that McDonald's video, I'm like, McDonald's should calm down. Like, there shouldn't be a lot of people in this line. No, our McDonald's are still packed out with cars in the drive-thru. Prices are still high, and the food is horrible, and people are still lined up to get that product. I don't know what McDonald's is putting in their food to keep people there, but Lord, they need to be investigated.
Like
it's crazy.
Everybody likes different stuff. So.
But I'm saying it don't matter how the price.
It's bad to you don't mean it's bad to someone else.
The price go up. It's still
but I'm just saying, just because you think that's nasty, some people might think it's actually really good. So that's why you can't really even go off of that. Everybody has different taste buds.
I can't understand how the price tag is still going up and people still are going.
When you want something, you're.
And that's what Americans are complaining about right now. They say America's economy is broke, but yet people are still in McDonald's line paying $15 for a meal. 18 probably now.
When you want something, you're gonna spend.
It's a lot of things I want. Now I'm gonna spend my money.
But not everybody is like you.
I'm speaking for who channel are we on? Wilburn Reactions? Or are we on the World Reactions? That's what I'm trying. We're talking to Wilburn Reactions, not Worldly Reactions. If I wanted the world to come talk on my mic, I would have asked them. I'm speaking for me. That's why it's called Wilburn Reactions, Wilburn Shenanigans. This is our channel. I'm speaking for me.
According to a 2022 analysis, companies have used the system to self-approve nearly 99% of new food chemicals since the year 2000. The Pew Research Center estimated in 2013 that roughly 1,000 ingredients had entered the food supply through this pathway without the FDA even knowing about them. The FDA's own former deputy commissioner for food admitted in 2014 that we simply do not have the information to vouch for the safety of many of these chemicals. So the system that was designed in 1958 to exempt salt and vinegar from paperwork is now the primary pathway that the entire food industry uses to put new chemicals into your food without any oversight. And this is where you start to see why the same food tastes different depending on which country you buy it in. Take a mac and cheese from Kraft, for example. For decades, the US version got its color from something called yellow 5 and yellow 6. They are synthetic dyes derived from petroleum. But the UK version used something way healthier. They used paprika extract and beta-carotene, which is an orange pigment naturally found in carrots. Not because Kraft can't make it without the artificial dyes in the UK. It's because in Europe, yellow 5 and yellow 6 dyes requires a mandatory warning label that reads, may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. Rather than putting a warning on the box, Kraft just formulated for the European market. But in the US, no warning is required, so the artificial version stays on the shelf. Another good example is the popular drink Mountain Dew. It contains brominated vegetable oil in America, a pretty bad oil for your heart, but not in Europe or Japan because they're banned in those countries.
So you can fix the recipe for other people, but you can't fix it for us. It's like that saying, like when you go to a restaurant and you can't have salt, they just do it without the salt, or they give you a something different. Like, you know how nowadays, like if you don't eat meat, if your wings are cauliflower, fun little things, and that's your wings. It's like, so it's possible. Y'all just don't want to do it.
It's crazy. And a lot of Americans wonder why we walking around with health issues. There's crap. Oil in the soda don't even make sense.
I literally thought of that. I'm like, why would there be oil in soda?
If they could be scientists, I could be a scientist. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, they just put anything in it. If you thought a styrofoam mat in a blunt was fine, okay, then let me go be in a science lab with the white coat on. Because I could have
said stop.
You know what I'm saying?
This is not right.
Oil in the soda, bro. I looked at it. We voting this through? Oil and soda. It just don't make sense. Like, who is making these people scientists? Are we really going to college for this stuff?
It's their scientists that they hired. It's like a business hiring family that, they ain't got no degree in this, but you know what? I'm going to cut costs on the hire family.
I'm going to take it a step further that makes this even worse. Mac and cheese, right? Who eats mac and cheese?
Kids.
Why would you put an additive in there that messes them up? Adults ain't walking around eating. Well, there's a few adults that might walk around eating it, right? But I'm speaking for the main who they selling to. Mm-hmm. They're selling to kids, so you're selling a product to kids that's hurting kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
How are you allowed to get away with that? And they advertise. They make it in shapes of kids for like Mickey Mouse.
Because then it goes back to what they say. The parents should know what they're feeding their kid.
They should.
That's what sadly it'll come down to. Well, you can read the ingredients. The ingredients are there.
Man, but half the time, but we on a strict program. But I'm saying, half the time you gotta Google because I don't know what a phosphorus phosphate is.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And I don't even know how I thought of that word right now, but it's something. I don't know what that is. Like, I gotta. What is this on the back? Like, half of the words are 23 letters long. Mm-hmm. I didn't go to school for that. Now I got. And then the definition still don't make sense. So now I got to find the definition of that definition to find out what it is.
You're dumbing it down.
So now I'm like an idiot trying to figure out what's in mac and cheese. I shouldn't have to Google anything to find out what is in mac and cheese. Just give me the regular product.
Bread products across dozens of American brands contain potassium bromate, a dose strengthener banned in Canada, the UK, the EU, China, and Brazil, because research linked it to kidney damage and cancer in animal studies. California banned it in 2023, but at the federal level, it's still approved, which means a chemical that...
So as long as you just put a little pinch, you're good. But if you go over that, oh my God.
I'll see why I walked away from these videos before. I didn't walk away, but y'all always do this. And I'm glad y'all brought this video at the beginning of the week, because I couldn't do this on a Friday. I couldn't, because I'm already...
It's banned all these places, so just a pinch, not a knock.
I'm already stressed. And y'all always send these videos when I gotta go grocery shopping. Every time. It's like y'all be right on the money, like when I gotta go grocery shopping, y'all like, here you go. Let me remind you why you don't need to go buy that. Y'all making my life very hard. It is so hard to shop for our kids now. Like, it is so hard. Like, we in there like, dang it.
It's not hard.
It is.
It's more expensive.
And it makes it's. I know it's for the greater good, but it is hard. It's so hard. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Most of the developed world considers unsafe is sitting in the bread aisle of grocery stores in 46 out of 50 American states. None of these companies are being forced to use these ingredients. They're making a financial calculation that using cheaper inputs in the American market is worth it, because the regulatory system doesn't penalize them for doing so. The US operates on an innocent until proven guilty standard, where an ingredient is assumed safe until enough evidence accumulates over years or decades to prove it's harmful. Europe uses the precautionary principle, which flips the logic. If there is uncertainty, a new ingredient doesn't get approved until the manufacturer can scientifically prove it's safe. And America hasn't switched to the European model for one straightforward reason. Both sides benefit from keeping it the way it is. For the FDA, reviewing every new additives would take years per ingredient and require a budget that they don't have. For the food companies, it's even simpler. Why spend millions on independent safety testing and wait 2 years for FDA approval when you can pay a fraction of that to certify food safety yourself? Back in 2010, when one company was questioned by the FDA about the safety of an ingredient called theobromine, they simply withdrew their voluntary notification, hired an independent contractor to declare it safe anyway, and kept using it. The FDA had no mechanism to stop them. The agency can't afford to enforce stricter rules, and the industry has no financial reason to follow them. That's how a loophole stays open for almost 7 decades. The GRAS loophole is basically a multi-billion-dollar subsidy for whoever can exploit it most creatively. And the companies exploiting it the best are the ones you've never heard of. Go to your kitchen right now and pick up the first packaged food you see. Could be a bag of Doritos, a can of Coca-Cola, a cup of yogurt, or a box of Cheerio. Flip it over and look at the ingredient list. Somewhere on there, you are almost guaranteed to see 2 words: natural flavors. That phrase is doing a lot of work because in most cases, the formulation behind those 2 words wasn't created by the brand on the front of the box. There are 3 major firms that engineer the flavors in almost everything Americans eat. The food brands hire them the way a restaurant hires a chef, except these chefs serve 300 million people and nobody knows their name. The biggest is a Swiss company called Givaudan. The second is an American company called IFF, which stands for International Flavors and Fragrances. And the third is another Swiss firm called Firmenich. Together, they control over 55% of a market worth over $40 billion a year. Givaudan alone holds roughly a quarter of the global market and offers over 2,200 different strawberry flavors in its category. Not 22, not 220, over 2,200 variations of a single fruit flavor, each one optimized for a different product and a different consumer base. IFF purchases roughly 8,500 raw materials from 2,300 suppliers worldwide, blending them into proprietary compounds that get licensed to the brands you see on the shelf. And every single one of those formulations is legally classified as a trade secret. So when you read natural flavors on the label, you're looking at a formula that could contain dozens of individual chemical compounds, solvents, and preservatives, none of which have been disclosed because trade secret law overrides ingredient transparency laws in the US. And
I don't even care no more.
So natural flavors is just natural flavors. It's just like a substitute for the real thing, right? I feel.
How?
And I used to fall for natural flavor stuff.
How you get away with lies?
But I recently found out before this video that natural flavor does not mean the actual flavor. It's like saying, like, people think like, oh, that's natural flavor.
How are laws created when the real people who like the head big people don't follow, but they want us to follow?
Because the big people ain't eating the stuff we eating.
$40 billion
You gotta think
for natural
these
flavors?
high-ups are not eating what we are eating. They're eating differently.
You know what? I ain't never heard nobody tell me they work for any of this type of stuff. Like who? Like he said, who are these people? Like I feel like these are secret people walking around. Like if you ask them what they do for a living, I own businesses. Like I work for. They're not gonna tell you IFF or whatever them companies he named. They're not gonna say none of that. These them yacht people out there on yachts and stuff chilling, and you like, ooh, I wonder what they do. Them big old houses you drive by, that's them. $40 billion out there putting natural flavors in and stuff. Sitting at home with their feet up, talking about, I got them again. Knowing that orange don't taste like that orange stuff you put in that drink.
This is horrible.
It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while since I've been here.
Here's why the secrecy matters so much to them. These formulations aren't just about making food taste good. They're engineered to make you eat more.
Lord have mercy.
Food scientists call it the bliss point, the precise combination of sugar, salt, and fat that triggers the strongest craving response without ever making you feel fully satisfied. It's why you can eat an entire bag of chips without feeling full, the same way you would after a home-cooked meal. Your body isn't registering food the same way because the formulation was specifically designed to bypass your satiety signal, the part of your brain that's supposed to tell you, okay, you're full, stop eating. And the bliss point isn't a general target. It's calculated down to the milligram for each individual product. Researchers have found that there is a specific concentration of sugar where the craving response peaks. And if you go even slightly above that concentration, the product starts to taste too sweet, and people would eat less of it. So the flavor company aren't just making food taste good, they're finding the exact mathematical ceiling of how much pleasure your brain can process before it tells you to stop.
McDonald's. He answered my question.
Well, yeah, but I feel like my stomach be telling me when I'm full.
But we probably eat more than what we supposed to, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to battle science and ingredients. I can't win. There's no win.
I like to eat.
You think? There's no winning.
That's crazy.
So they didn't tap into my brain and figured out how to bypass stuff. That's messed up. They bypassing my body.
Now got me thinking.
This should be a lawsuit. You should not be able to tap into me and tell me like bypass.
Not.
You can't bypass nothing in this body. That's not. I didn't sign nothing off to allow them to do this to me.
Science for your ass.
So when I eat that burrito, I'm probably halfway done and I'm full, but my mind is blocked off with these chemicals telling this part of my brain to say, you know what, keep eating.
Eat more.
That is some science for your ass. This is crazy. This is nuts. This don't make sense. I'm boiling right now thinking about this. How is this able to? Why?
They are good.
Who started this? Because
they are good. To
You know
really
what?
get to that, that's crazy. The bliss point.
You know what?
Ooh, and chips. That is my guilt.
You know what? I've seen. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen the movie The Purge, and I used to be like, you know what? The Purge happened. I had a few people on my list. You know what? I'm changing my list.
You are so dumb.
I'm after the wrong people. This is horrible. Like, what humans are sitting here? This is evil.
This is science.
This is evil.
It's science.
Like, it's evil on the whole. But then they want to get on TV talking about America obese. Fool, y'all did it. I don't even know what to believe though.
This is science. This is science.
I don't know what to believe.
I never knew this part of science stuff. I'm being honest.
I should have took it. I should have got in science. See, I was.
I love science, but I never knew it.
I know y'all sitting over there in other countries just laughing at us. This big goofies, like these dudes.
Yeah, but does this also apply to the stuff in every other places?
No, because they're not dumb like us. They're not passing this crap. That's why we banned. Oh my gosh! And then they got medication. It just goes deeper and deeper. The medication they put you on, then they doing this to you. Then they telling you, oh, your body got to eat. Oh, if you eat, but then you give me medication that's gonna kill me too. I had the clip in the video the other day. You just want me to die. I'm gonna have to add it to this video too, because they just want me to die. Is that why they legalized?
But you choose what you eat.
I'm eating better, okay. So, but is this why they legalized the plant? Because the plant make you hungry too.
Yeah, and it makes you keep eating.
They think they slick. They think they slick. I'm gonna start reacting to these. Y'all gonna have them knocking on my door.
And then they're parking the formula right below that line. That's why you reach the bottom of the bag and think, I didn't even realize I was still eating. That was the design working as intended. And the reason these companies guard these calculations so aggressively is because getting the bliss point right on a single product can be worth hundreds of millions of dollars in annual sales. Ultra-processed foods built on these formulations now make up nearly 60% of the average American adult's diet. And the number has been climbing up for decades. And studies are now linking high ultra-processed food consumption to increased rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. But the FDA has no regulatory category for ultra-processed. This means the fastest growing segment of the American diet exists in a complete regulatory blind spot. But the good news is that the FDA was directed in 2025 to explore closing the GRAS self-affirmation loophole. But the rulemaking usually takes years, and the food industry will lobby against any changes that increase their costs. And thousands of FDA scientists were fired in April 2025 due to cost-cutting measures. It means the agency now has even fewer resources to enforce the rules it already has. If you want to protect yourself today, here's something you can do the next time you're at the grocery store. Before you put something in your cart, flip it over and count ingredients. If the list has more than 5 ingredients you can't pronounce or wouldn't find in home kitchen, just put it back.
I'm gonna eat nuts, berries, fruit.
That's what Jesus did. You know?
He said 5. You might well just stay right when you go to the grocery store, stay in the produce. Don't go nowhere else. Because you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere else. Nuts, berries, like you really.
I think my bread is.
You right there. You make it though, so you good. I'm talking like, what am I gonna buy?
Yeah, true.
There's the meat. The meat is gone. All our meat is gone. Like
why?
Every meat got more than 5 things in it.
Really?
Oh yes, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Stupid that I never knew meat had ingredients in it?
It shouldn't.
Well,
It come from the
well,
cow.
you
It
just
shouldn't
said
be
it does.
grass fed. It shouldn't though.
What?
Sir, I'm not gonna be alive next week if I follow your directions.
No, you could.
You know how skinny I'm gonna be?
It's a diet.
I'm gonna really be walking around like back in the, like how they walked around back in the day. Just sunk in. Hungry. I'll be fasting the rest of my life if I do this.
Shut
You
up.
know I'm telling the truth. Go in the kitchen right now. I guarantee
You
we.
can still eat potato chips. Just get potatoes and make potato chips from home.
It's too
You
much
could
work.
make ice cream. Make
It's
ice
too
cream
much
from home.
work.
You get the salt and all that. You could do it. You
You
can
know
still
how long it
eat
takes to make
everything.
ice
You
cream?
just gotta make it at home. You just gotta
It's
shake
like an
it.
all day affair.
No, it's not.
Yes,
You
it-
gotta.
My mom used to make it all the time.
Well, but I made ice cream at school in like 30 minutes.
Man, get out of here. That crap you made in the cup was not ice cream.
That when you put in a
That's not ice
Ziploc
cream.
and that is ice cream.
Man, get out of here.
You could make it.
No.
This is how bad you want it.
We don't live in a time to be out here living off the farmland. We don't got the time for that. We don't.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you.
If natural flavors appear in the first 5 ingredients, the product is
I
more
might be dead.
engineered than you think. And if you really want to know whether what you're buying is safe, check if the same product exists in the European version. If the European label is shorter, you know that the American version contains things that at least one developed countries decided weren't worth the risk. I'm curious to know what you think about ultra-processed
I'm
food,
stressed, sir.
and let me know your thoughts
I'm
in the
stressed,
comments.
sir. I don't have thoughts. I'm stressed after watching your video. I don't even know what to do with my life after this video.
Eat clean. It's not that hard.
You get out the video because you about to join stressed over here with him. It is not that easy.
It's not, but I just feel like it's possible. Anything is possible.
I'm just gonna sell everything and move out of America.
I mean, that too.
I'm gonna sell it
That
all
too.
and just move.
I mean, now I see why a lot of
If
people...
I sold everything, I really could just move.
Ow.
If you really think about it.
Now I see why a lot of people grow their own stuff in like gardens and stuff.
We really
Because
could.
It's like, I'm not...
That's easy. Like we sold everything and left. We really could do it. All we need is a couple pair of clothes and just sell everything and leave. And we could be healthy somewhere else. I don't have to go scan in the grocery store. I can just go in there and know I'm getting fresh product.
Well,
We don't have a Walt Rose here, okay?
a what?
The grocery store.
Oh, a weight roast?
Wait, Rose, sorry. Video got me a little,
I'm like,
little
what?
it got me going.
We have
We got an Aldi though.
We have a Trader Joe's.
I might as well just shop at Aldi.
We have a Sprouts.
Sprouts is.
Okay,
You will-
see, you pick it. You
No, I said Aldi, and I would do Aldi at Trader Joe's, but at Sprouts is outrageous. They in there
Sprouts?
charging
Okay.
like they selling golden apples. No, four apples will cost you $30. Right, listen, the apple better keep me full for the rest of the week. Gosh,
Anyways, let us know what you guys thought about it down below in the comment section. Did you guys get as stressed as he did, or are you just like, you being known?
grocery shopping is supposed to be like cool.
A lot of people hate grocery shopping.
I've been started. I hate it ever since I started reacting to this. I don't
love
even like going
groceries.
because the usual grocery shopping I used to do used to be in there. I knew what I wanted. Now I gotta go walk around.
And read yeah.
I'm just gonna buy bean sprouts and stuff at this point. Nuts and berries. We did try something yesterday, you guys. We tried. What were those things called?
Green almonds.
Green
and sour
almonds
plums.
and sour plums, and they are not from here.
They're so good.
They were great, but they are pricey here.
It's like
The green apple ones were like $8.99. Well, they're not green apples, but they taste like green apples.
sour plums.
Sour plums, they were like $8.99 a
$8.99
pound. But the almond green apples
almonds
wasn't
were
bad.
$2.99 a pound. We're gonna go back and get some though, because I've been craving them now, and they were so good.
They were very delicious. Have you ever had them?
Our
yourself?
kids love them, so we want to go get one.
But I made it my day stressed out because of you guys. Right before grocery shopping. Thank you.